So here we are on the inside of the door. If you guys have a screen door, go ahead and unlatch it, get it the heck out of your way. But you can see here, there's just 4 number 2 Phillips head screws. We'll go ahead and undo these and get this thing out of the way. Look at that, the back comes right off, nothing to it. And by the way, there are 2 screws here on the side for the latch. We need to release those. And this takes off the factory strike plate on the door. Once we have those 6 screws removed on our factory handle here, just yank it out. That's all there is to it. Now we can go get our fancy new one and install. So guys, when we take this thing out of the box, to separate the 2 halves couldn't be easier. There's a plug in the center, you're gonna need to undo that. I don't know if they're always connected or just mine was, but there are 4 Allen head cap screws that hold this thing together, and that's what this fancy little T-handle does. So once you get them separated, it's super obvious which side's in and which side's out. Now, we're gonna take the outside and jam it in. You're gonna need to fish this a little bit so the lock mechanism actually goes through the frame of the door, and then we can line everything up. So this thing should fit just fine in the factory hole, but who knows? Anything aftermarket, you always gotta play with it. I think, oh look at that, like a glove. A little bit of pushing, no big deal. You guys can see here, this thing lines up, and then there are strike plates that came with that kit that we can choose to replace this, or you can go ahead and put the original one back on. Either way, it's up to you. But now we can attach the inside stuff. Now, like I said, you guys do whatever you'd like, but I'm gonna use the factory one that was on here simply because I know it fits and the holes line up. So on my particular one, the wider spot goes towards the door gasket. Then we'll start and try to line these holes up as best we can. I'm not going to tighten anything yet. We're just going to get everything started until we get all the screws in, and then we can tighten it down. Now once we have our strike plate on the door frame attached, now we can do the inside, and we're going to need to do a little trimming. Looks like this was a Friday at 5 o'clock door. Somebody didn't bother trimming out the rest of this interior panel here, so we're going to have to do that. So guys, if you do have to do some trimming, just pay mind to your wiring. Make sure that you don't get anything in the way, and be delicate, if you will, with your trimming. You don't want to go too much, because in the event you overcut this, you may end up seeing your cut. Either way, just if you're doing this, take the time to do it right. Do it just enough to expose the sockets here where the hardware goes in, like that guy right there. We're gonna have to do a little zhuzhing to get that top one. Nice, that should be just fine. You guys can see here, this is just plastic. I'm using a pair of 10 snips. You do whatever you like. So here's a better view, which is what I was looking at, so you don't gotta look through my head. But we just have to make sure that these 4 screw locations are exposed on the inside so we can actually bolt everything together. The next step is don't forget to plug these 2 together before we screw this thing together. We'll go ahead and delicately snap this thing together. It only goes one way. Can't mess it up. Get that nice little satisfying click, and you guys see here, there's even a little cavity for the plug to go into, so everything fits in here real nice and tidy. Now, line everything up as best you can by eye, and go ahead and start these hex head screws, send them home. Also keep in mind while you're doing this, we need to index this pin here with the interior door handle. So you might have to struggle with this a little bit, but I promise it'll go together. Well, thanks to movie magic, you guys didn't have to watch me struggle with this and drop these screws 1,000 times. It may greatly improve this process if you have a buddy come help you out and hold everything while you're putting the hardware in. We're gonna go ahead and snug all these things up, check and see what the outside looks like, get everything nice and straight, and then we'll come back and crank these down. So there's really no rhyme or reason or science to this. I'm just kind of going off of this gap here between the edge of the latch and the door frame here, making sure it's about as level as I can possibly get it, allowing with the hole that's in there. I mean, you can only move it so much, so get it as good as you can. Once you're satisfied, now we can go back and tighten everything down for good. Now I recommend tightening this thing down just like you would with a tire. Go opposite corners. I have absolutely no idea if there's a torque spec for this thing, but those bolts are only threaded so far, and eventually they will bottom out and stop. So we are going to call that good. Now, don't forget about your strike plate. Let's come back here and tighten this thing down. Cool, let's do a test fit just for giggles. Go ahead and latch our screen door. Look at that, nothing interferes. It fits right into the factory hole. Look at that. Man, we didn't even have to adjust the strike plate on the door frame. It already just works. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already pretty happy about this. I think the next step, we got to look at the book and figure out how to program and probably put batteries in it. And I don't know, we'll get there, I promise. So inside of here is pretty self-explanatory. This is your battery compartment, and you use this cute little eyeglasses screwdriver they supply you in the kit. Take this thing off and you can see the slot here for 4 AA batteries. And since they're alternating, that tells us that this thing is wired in series. Fun fact. So we're operating on 6-ish volts. Look at that. Put the batteries in, we got a beep. It must be connected right. Go ahead, reinstall the battery door here and get to programming. So looking back here at the manual, it says once we check the door for smooth operation and you adjust your strike plate as needed, but luckily we don't have to. This thing closes good and tight up against the weather seal. I mean, I don't know, maybe we could go in a little bit more, but honestly that feels exactly like it used to. So let's leave this thing open in case something backfires on us that we're not locked out of our trailer. It says, press the ONNAIS button once to activate the deadbolt. Oh man, that's fast and quiet. I don't know if you guys heard that. But then it says to unlock, your initial passcode is 12345. 12345, and then hit the check mark. Goes right back in. Here, I'll show you guys what this thing looks like so you can see what to expect. Here, I'll hold the microphone up close to this thing so you guys can actually hear what's going on. You hit the button once to lock, and then you enter your code. 12345, press the check mark. Man, fast and quiet. I love it. So let's pretend that I'm a 5-year-old kid and I'm too excited about anything else to care about Dad's camper. Yep, it's closed. Good, I like it. All right, we're going up to the barbecue pit. Everybody got their stuff? Awesome. We're set. You can open that thing until the cows come home, but your deadbolt is locked. Your door latch doesn't mean anything. And then we have this weird handle lock for no reason at all. Anyway, we are now back from the fire pit, or we need some more cervezas to keep the evening going, but it's inside. How do we do that? I don't have any keys on me. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, check mark. She's open. We're in. The party's on. So since we're here just testing stuff, let's go ahead and take our key fob, and I want to make sure that this manual key works. So if those 4 AA's crap out on me, or you know, I leave them in there for 3 years and totally forget about it, because that's never happened before, we'll go ahead and install this thing. Look at that. Works great. It's got a neutral return, about 90 degrees or so for either function. You can feel it, it just kind of like bypasses the servo, but yeah, it works great. And then we got this nice little beauty rubber cover that covers that. So as far as I'm concerned, everything there works. We just need to make this thing work. So guys, to program this thing to your own code and to set the key fob, couldn't be any easier. Just follow the steps in the instruction booklet that come in the kit. You put in the factory code that it comes with, 12345, check mark. That activates everything. Then you hit the set button, you put in your own code, you do that a couple times, you hit the go button, you hear it beep, it lights up, yada yada. Now it's your own code. You can put any digit, anything that you want in between 5 and 10 digits long. And in order to do the key fob, it's very similar. You put in the code, you hit the set button 3 times, you hit a button, yada yada, and you do that for both of the key fobs so you can have them programmed. Once you get your own stuff in there, then it's all yours. I mean, naturally, I'm not gonna show you mine, silly goose, but the one that comes with this thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's awesome, you can't forget about it, but that's how you set your own stuff. So guys, one more thing as far as function is concerned. You guys see this here lock, unlock switch on the back of this thing? This makes it so you can either use or not use the key fob. Let's say that you gave this thing to a buddy of yours years ago or whatever, you had a falling out, but now he has a key to your trailer. You can turn this thing off, or let's just say you're in here for the night and you want to be left alone. So I want to lock this thing so nobody can get in using this. They have to have my set passcode to open this thing from the outside. So as cool as that is in theory, I like that idea. I mean, let's just test it out. So this is locked now. So now my key fob doesn't work. I unlock it. Now my key fob works. So that's cool. I like the idea. Moral of the story, guys, I'm stoked about this. I think it is super cool that we have the ability to do this, and now I no longer need keys. Whenever you're out in the elements doing all this stuff, you lose stuff, you break stuff all the time. This is the last thing you want to have to worry about, is gaining entry to your trailer. So this is just one little thing that you can take off your plate that can greatly increase the serenity of your trip.